All right.
Yo.
What's going on? Another Bridge and Dub P, Buzz TV.
Another one.
Another one, man. How you doing, my brother?
Doing good, man. You know, we just here answering the fans' call.
Okay.
You know, as we've always stated, you want us to look at something, send it to us. We'll take a look at it. So now we get to blog about another blog.
Yes.
Yeah, this one here sent to us titled, Mom Checks Her 13-Year-Old Daughter for Acting Grown on Facebook.
I like it from the title already.
We'll post this on our Facebook so that you guys can see it, and then we'll post this response so that you guys can see where we're responding from. To give you a little bit of a leeway of what's going on here, is a 13-year-old girl who created a Facebook page saying that she was 19.
19 years old, yeah.
Posing in pictures wearing just her bra. Well, she was wearing her bra and showing a picture of somebody else in lace panties, claiming that it was her.
Oh, she showed another picture of someone.
Yeah, claiming it was her.
Okay, I thought she was just saying, I like to be in my room in lace front panties or something.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, the mom pulls out a camera, tapes her daughter saying that she's not 19, and saying that, she doesn't dress like this, she doesn't wear makeup, she
gets in that butt,
doesn't wear lace panties,
and she had her repeating everything.
Yeah.
Say, I'm not 19, how I'm 13 years old, and I don't know how to wipe my ass, and she told her to repeat all that, and I still, and I like watching the Disney Channel.
Still like watching Disney Channel.
I had to repeat everything, So
now, mind you, also she's got grown men as friends on this page, thinking that she is of age.
A whole bunch of creepers out there.
So yeah.
I mean, maybe you can call them creepers or not because they think he's 19. I know with some out there probably wouldn't even care, which is a whole nother thing in itself. So I was. A lot of times when these videos come out, when these parents are checking their children for being grown and everything, sometimes it's kind of done too much. It's too much on there. Like, okay, the parent is doing way too much, in my opinion. But this, I actually, the mom was, spoke very articulate. She said she works hard, single parent, and, she, puts a lot of, time and effort and love into raising that little girl to be, to grow up into a wonderful woman. But it was just one little thing towards the end that I was not feeling. Because I think the mom kind of really got in her own feelings when she was telling the daughter, you tell them that I'm a hard-working single parent and your deadbeat daddy don't do nothing for you. Say it. That's what she lost him. She didn't have to go in. And if he a deadbeat, he's a deadbeat. That's nothing to put out there. But it's also not just putting out, it's putting it in the little girl's head. So who knows how much that 13-year-old girl has heard from as a little baby. And I don't know their situation at all, if the father was ever in her life or not. But I do know that plays a big part in that little girl of how she looks at her father and the respect that she may or may not have for her father anymore. So just putting that, not only are you saying he's a deadbeat, it's wrong to tell your child that, in my opinion, I grew up in a single parent home. My mother has never talked bad about my father to me. So, because I believe she's seen what that can do. So for her to say that to her and then put it out there in the world. Yeah. And then what if her dad seen it? And there's two sides. I say three sides to a story. It's your side, it's my side, and that's the truth. So I can, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, at first I'm watching the video. It's a 5.5-minute video, and, I want to applaud the mom, for taking this step. Some people might thought it was drastic, but to come out and make sure that she was active in making a statement in her daughter's life.
Yeah.
Make sure she wasn't going down the wrong path.
That's right.
And then the 5 minute mark hit, and that's when I was cool before that because I know you said we don't know their situation, but at the 4 minute 15 mark, she says, "Tell them that you respect your mom and dad." So that would tell me that the dad is present. And then at the 5 minute mark, she tends to
contradict.
It seemed like it became now more about her.
You're right.
The mother,
yeah.
than it was teaching the daughter. And it became more about, this is a show that I want to put on. And she chose to say, deadbeat dad. Now, one thing I will say is that the 13-year-old did not repeat the deadbeat part.
She didn't.
So, which tells me she has some, does have a level of respect for her father, but she wouldn't repeat that part.
That's right.
So I will say that it wasn't necessary. We're now talking about a total different issue.
Totally different issue.
And then, and for me, I don't think it was important to use this time to try to announce that she has a deadbeat father. Like,
which was her personal feelings, I believe, getting in front. I mean, it started out really good, and using social media as this outlet, which it can get real ratchet at times.
Yeah.
But
it became about her. Like, that's what it
became about the mom.
I'm going to school. I'm working jobs. And, I don't have no help from your father. I'm going to post this on my page so that it became about her.
Because if somebody could see that, you just made me think. And, much respect to the mom of you there. You working hard, like, especially all parents, especially single parents doing it. It don't matter if you're raising 1, 5, 6, 7 kids, 19 in some cases, or 1. So it's hard work. But then, since she started going in her feelings, someone can watch this and be like, well, maybe that's why this little girl's acting out. Maybe you don't have enough time to be there with your child. If you're working, you're never home, and your daughter has this time to just be on social media. I'm not saying that's what it is, because a lot of us, we get stuff from our friends anyway. Especially little boys. We instead of going to our parents and everything, we're going to learn from I'm going to learn from him. So we're going to learn from each other. So I just think that mom getting into her feelings like that, and you putting it out there. So now that you put it out there, just like we're putting this out there, people going to talk about it. So you got to be ready for whatever type of backlash. But, much respect to the mom. And I really, my prayers go out to her and, the daughter, the family, even the father. And I just, to pray that the daughter's getting her act together and that the mom can also do her part too.
Yeah, just to put a cap on it, like, don't get it wrong. We think that the message was great. Understand, but definitely. when you went down that road, you started to dilute the message a little bit because it sidetracked it. At the end of the day, these kids do not need to be out here on social media. It's dangerous claiming something that you're not. Not only is it dangerous for the child, it's also even dangerous for the adult on the other end who, may find themselves falling in some sort of feelings, because it's sort of being portrayed out there by a teenager or a preteen, and that can cause problems for them in life, So, salute to the mom for stepping up. One thing I will say that kind of bothered me too is I noticed that there was a cameraman. So it wasn't like she held the camera.
We don't know who that cameraman was.
Who that guy is.
Right.
Why is he there?
Could have been a little sister, little brother.
Well, it was a guy. I heard a man's voice behind the camera.
Okay.
And so at that point, I thought, it's like, if you put on a show or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm a little concerned about that. But at the end of the day, I understand what you're doing. Salute you as a parent. But remember, as a parent, do what you can, be the best parent that you can be. And don't try to discredit somebody else for the job that they're doing.
That's right. And I want to add this real quick. And sweetheart, if you're listening to this, and sometimes when you're hearing things from your parents, when it comes from like your mom or your dad, sometimes it may come through clear from somebody else also. And from a male and then from my adolescence running wild and everything, what your mom's trying to get to, when these dudes or whoever you want to see that, let me tell you something. They're not thinking about, oh, I really want to get to know this girl. I really want to, see what her heart is like. It's nothing like that. Dogs, piece of meat, don't care nothing about you. You putting that out there like that, then when you go out there, then you wonder why little boys and dudes is looking at you or wear like a piece of meat and just tugging on you and don't even know how to approach you, and they animals with you because they don't care nothing about you. They just want to get in your drawers. That's just what it is. I have a little girl myself. So, and this is how I'm going to be with her. And it's kind of scary watching this. That's why it's just passionate to me. And I just really want you to see that your mom cares so much for you. And that's what I see. I don't know y'all from nothing, but I could tell from one parent to another. And seeing that you just a child, you're a 13-year-old child, and that's no disrespect. Mom her job is to keep as much innocentness in you, if that's a word. So we do not see you like that. A real man doesn't. And that's what you should want, and that's what your mom wants for you. So, I mean, that could be a whole another blog.
Another segment about what a man sees. We will break that down.
We definitely
what a man sees. But that's another time for another day. But as of right now, shout out to all the fans out there. Continue to send us the blogs. You want to hear our opinions? We'll give them. Again, these are just our opinions, but at the end of the day, we're here to encourage, we're here to uplift, and we're here to be honest.
Encourage you, like it, comment, do all the things. All right. Peace out.